about this. And we're live. Okay, wonderful. Hi, guys. My name is Tammy Anderson Ward with the Energy Healing Conference, and I have on today my awesome friends, Bridger and Brandy. How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, good. How are you? We're doing good.
Yep, never better.
Woo woo. I'm so excited. And we're going to be talking a little bit about today about what is going to be happening at the upcoming Energy Healing Conference that is in literally 15 days.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like seriously in like a hot minute. And this is the world's largest energy healing conference. It's by far our biggest event every single year. It's happening this time in Layton at the Davis Conference Center, which is like 20 minutes, north of Salt Lake.
Yeah.
So not very far.
Yep.
But tell us a little bit about what you guys got going on. You have been in all kinds of media lately. You guys have been like literally on hot stages. And I want to hear about what you have had happening and what's going to be going on at the conference.
Well, a lot. And so we're honored and we're excited to come back. It's not our first time coming to this conference, but we're excited to come back to speak about our topic that we're proud experts of in the world of psychedelics and in the safe administration of psilocybin or magic mushrooms for healing purposes, religious purposes, and for improving well-being in one's life. So a lot going on with that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, and I just want to clear the air because that there's going to be some people that are watching right now that are like, what the heck? That is not even legal. So let's talk about that right out of the gate here. Is what you're doing legal? And tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. And in February, a federal judge sided with us that our practice is legal, that it has harmed no one or made no substantial harm. That's the way a judge says is safe. But it has done no harm, and that also that we are sincere, safe practitioners of this medicine. And so it is absolutely legal. And I'm glad you led with that, because the truth is, I actually, even though that's been our whole thing, I forget sometimes the stigma that it gets attached to this, because it is a true healing medicine. And without a doubt, it is making the world a better place, one person at a time.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Well, my own experience has not been with psilocybin. So this is not something that I've ever experimented with. I've never done anything with this. I'm very ooh, this is different. I hear lots of people talking about it, but I also come with a little bit of fear, if that's okay, if I share that with you, a little bit of hesitation. So I would love to hear from you. What on earth are you doing? I know you used to be a therapist, right? You went to school to be a therapist. Why are you doing this now? And you gave up that. I'm sure that there's other people that are curious, right?
Well, it's the right thing to do. And I wouldn't even say I gave up being a therapist. DOPL, the Department of Professional Licensing, has extended an exemption to me, so I can practice therapy without a license. And without being technically licensed, and that through our organization. And so we're in a really strong position legally, therapeutically. And in fact, for people that are interested in learning more about this, you always hear that mushrooms are illegal, and you hear about the war on drugs and stuff. The police even had come and taken our mushrooms from us. And the judge looked at every one of our practices. They looked at everything that the police said and ruled that the police had to return our mushrooms. Yeah. And so and they fought it for 3 months. Yeah. And then the judge made a second ruling. No, now I've examined everything. I've heard your objections. And then it ordered them a second time, and the second time they did it. But it's a new event, and it is a new precedent that has been set, and a lot of law periodicals. I don't want to bore your awesome, energetic.
Well, I'm just I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm freaking out because, you're hearing about this kind of stuff on podcasts and on YouTube channels, and you hear people talking about it. And, here you both are like practitioners, you guys use it very therapeutically in Utah. I mean, sorry to just talk about Brandy for a second here, but Brandy, you're a Reiki master. You've also been trained, like, obviously, like, check out those arms, you guys. She's obviously a fitness instructor. Seriously, I like want to put your bicep on my vision board. Dang, that is so awesome. But anyway, so you look at the person like from a holistic, but you also include the energetics.
Yes.
And you yourself, you supervise psychedelic journeys, right? And
Yes.
these experiences for people. Why did you decide to do it?
Why did I decide to do it myself? Like to participate?
To facilitate, yeah, as a
Okay.
supervisor and practitioner. Of this.
So I obviously had gone through the journeys, the sessions before I became a practitioner, right? And the healing that it did for me, I mean, was just amazing. And even like our lawyer in court said, where would you be today without this practice? And I literally said, I wouldn't be here. Like, I was that depressed and that far in the dark that, and so I attribute psilocybin and this modality to healing me, coupled with Reiki, coupled with the other modalities in it. So it all kind of comes together because, with Reiki, you're pulling, attachments and cords and energy, and you're moving stuff around. But the psilocybin, it goes in and it opens up places that you don't realize, or feelings or emotions that you don't realize are stuck in certain corners, right? And so the psilocybin it brings it up forefront so that you're looking at a situation or an emotion or a traumatic event, and you're looking at a different way around it. And so there's healing going on in your brain, and then coupled with like the energy healing, which I brought to this practice too. It just is like a whole wellness. Like, and so I just believe that it all works together.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful. You guys are such a cute couple. And I love how you literally do complement each other so well with the way that you work. So, Bridger, tell me a little bit about who this class is designed for. Who do you think could benefit the most from coming to your class at the conference?
Well, first of all, I think everyone. I think that I hope it's beneficial to everybody that comes. I do feel like there are people listening like right now that would look at this and feel a calling to it. I have learned that it's not for everyone. It is for so that was my first answer, everyone. But I also want to say people feel a calling to this and to learn more. And that's where it starts. People just go, okay, I'll learn a little bit more. I'll be open to that. I also have found people are way more open-minded. This is why I forget that there's any controversy around this, even though, even though it's been a whole thing. But I forget about the controversy because it's so practical and natural, and it is something that I do think everyone can benefit from. So, like Ratatouille, where like in Ratatouille, at the end, the moral is a good cook can come from anywhere, but anyone can cook was kind of the theme. Anyone can cook, meaning a good cook can come from everywhere, from anywhere. And I feel that way. I feel like there are people that this will call to them and that they will find their way to us. It's not just going to be me. We have 10 other practitioners and more students coming in training, and we're going to be working a whole table there. And so even if you can't come Friday at 2, come at any time and stop by our table, meet friends. Brandy and I will be there the whole time, as well as many others. Yeah, I have a lot to say. I want to go all into it right now. I suppose I'll save some of the best stuff for that day.
Well, and I would just say too, anyone who's curious about, because psilocybin is becoming very, like you said, in the media and podcasts, and so many people are talking about it. So if anyone's just interested in learning about it and just saying, I'm just curious to understand, why would you even do psilocybin? What does it do for you? Who is it for? How can it help? Like, even if you're not feeling the calling, but you're just curious, because all of us know people who could actually benefit from this, even if it's not ourselves. We know someone who's struggling. We know someone who needs help, right? Or needs this. So that, I would just say, even if you're just curious, just to learn.
Well, I am so appreciative of you guys taking time out of your busy summer schedule. I know that, Bridger, you had a whole trip planned literally out of the country, and you rearranged everything just so that you could come here. I feel really grateful that you went inside, figured out this is where you wanted to be, because this is going to be such a beautiful opportunity for people to come and learn more. People who they wouldn't be able to normally be able to have this opportunity,
That's the thing. We do have a unique opportunity down at our center in Provo, where we have found there are a lot of people that are afraid to practice their healing arts because of the law. And I want to welcome those people to come and we are helping. I want to say this cautiously, carefully, because we're doing it in sincerity, but we are helping people legitimize their underground practices. We are helping and to do so safely and sincerely. And we are helping people that want to experience this in a clinically informed, but still spiritually guided setting. Yeah. And so we follow clinical protocol, but we do it, it's a spiritual process without a doubt. And so we are learning more and more about how to do this even better every single day.
Yeah. And I have heard of people thinking that their stuff was, just like pure and clear and everything. And then it wasn't. And so it's nice to know that there's a safe place that you can go that is going to be something where you can get your questions answered. And where would you have people go to learn more about you? Let's say that they would like to learn more. They're very curious. They have questions, but they maybe aren't going to be able to be at the conference. Where would you have them go to learn more?
Go to singularism.org or psychedelictherapyjourney.com. Those are our websites. Singularism.org is the easiest one to remember, I suppose. And go there to learn more. You can watch our webinar there online, or you can even make an appointment with us or give us a call or text. So, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So here's the website. I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen here. And is it okay if people do have questions, if they just reach out to you directly there?
Yeah. And I also want to say thanks for providing this container right in Utah, where so many people can come and find different healing exercises and services and vendors. And it's amazing what you have put together. It really has been fun to watch and see even your growth in the last 2 years, let alone years before. So this is fun.
Yeah, this is our 111th conference in 11 years. So I know I'm like a numbers person. So I'm like, ooh.
No way.
That's awesome.
111th conference?
111.
That's huge. That's,
love it. That's awesome.
A lot. That's a lot of conferences. How fantastic.
It is. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. We will have over 100 vendors. We have you guys right in the main hall. So when people enter into the lobby, get their wristband or their lanyard, they can just go right over and they'll be able to find you easily right there. And then there's 4 different classes going all at once, both days from 8 a.m. to clear till 7 p.m. Everything from like sound baths, breath work. There's going to be some really cool, interesting things that we don't usually get access to in Utah because.
Wow, exciting.
What's going on? All right. Well, you do have free tickets since you're a sponsor of this event. So anybody who's watching that's friends with Bridger or Brandy, reach out to them and they can hook you up with some free tickets. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to close with today?
Just gratitude and thank you, and excited to come and share what we do and tell you about this healing art that we encourage many people to practice. Thanks so much. I think we're losing her.